public comment. And the first name on there is Mr. Matthew Cardinale. Please come forward.
Hi, everybody. Matthew Cardinale, news editor, Atlanta Progressive News. I wanted to start off by acknowledging the sad news that I heard when I came in today in regards to Chairwoman Moore, and I understand her grandmother passed away, which would make the second death in the family in like a year's period. So our thoughts are certainly with Felicia during this time, and we look forward to seeing her back in the near future. I kind of decided that instead of just always talking about things that we don't like, that we should start talking about the things that we want to see. And so with that, I've, working with Ben Howard and others, put together a list of, I call it the 2011 wish list. Did anybody get my email? I sent out an email like late last night.
I didn't see it.
Okay. I sent it to everyone's atlantagA.gov email address. So, okay. So this is a list. This is 14 things that I believe would improve transparency, accountability, and public input at City Council. One is I believe that all briefings should be open to the public whether there's a quorum or not. And it seems like there's a lot of decisions that are made in briefings. People are constantly making references to, oh, this is what we discussed in briefing, blah, blah, blah. Well, the public, as I understand, can only come to the briefing if there's a quorum. Well, how is the public going to know whether there's a quorum until they get there? So that's really unfair. I think that as a matter of policy, all briefings should be open to the public whether there's a quorum or not. I also believe all briefings should be videotaped and played on Channel 26. Number 3, also all retreats should be videotaped and played on Channel 26. Number 4, concern regarding walk-in papers. We've had a lot of these last year, City Hall East, the Eagle settlement, and there should be no walk-in papers unless there are extenuating circumstances which should be disclosed to the public. And the developer wants it should not count as an extenuating circumstance. Number 5, presentations and public comment. Really, all items that are part of an agenda of a meeting should have a quorum. And there are some committees where the chair has said, well, we don't have a quorum, but this is just a presentation from such and such board. This is just public comment. We're going to go ahead and do those things because they're not really official business. That's not really fair. I mean, it's not fair for a presenter or for a member of the public to be up here talking to like 2 people. So we think there should be a quorum for all parts of the meeting. Number 6, public safety and CDHR. Concern about those 2 being back-to-back. I actually discussed this when I was here at Committee on Council, and I believe that those 2, the overlap of those 2 committees is quite concerning, and having public safety after CDHR puts pressure on the CDHR committee to kind of rush through things and be concerned about that. So I hope that we can take a look at that, especially now there are 5 people who will be on public safety and CDHR. So there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be distracted and maybe a little tired by the time they get to the second one. So I think that needs to be looked at. Something Ben Howard has been pushing for a while. Number 7, City Council needs its own attorney. Number 8, eliminate any time restrictions at CDHR committee. Again, these do not serve any purpose. They don't really end up limiting they don't end up really saving time, and some members of the public need more time. The only purpose I think it serves is related to the conflict with public safety, and so that was addressed in number 6. Number 9, prohibit votes where the individual council members' votes are not recorded in the minutes. So I think you all know there's a pending lawsuit regarding that. I think that while the Court of Appeals is settling that, there's nothing that would prohibit the city from adopting this. 10, develop an ordinance prohibiting campaign contributions from developers, lobbyists, and other vendors with matters coming, who have matters coming before the council within a 1 to 2 year period. And I'm not going to single anybody out. I believe this is a systemic problem, and I believe that an ordinance should be developed to prohibit those. If donations are received, the council members should recuse themselves from voting or discussing the matter publicly or privately. Number 11, no retaliation against members of the public for speaking out. Number 12, presenters at committee meetings must respond verbally to comments and queries from the public. So that means, for example, if the belt line is here and a member of the public has a question, they should have to answer it then and there. Last two, number 13, rules of council. There's a rules of council publication. It should be made available to the public at all meetings. And number 14, all supporting documents should be made available to the public. If there's a PowerPoint presentation, if there's an Exhibit A or any kind of attachment that you all have, the public should be able to have that as well. So that's 14 items. I emailed them to you. There's only 14, so that means that each of you could pick one of them, and then the 15th person can come up with their own. I hope that you all will consider sponsoring one or more of these, and let me know if you have any questions or thoughts. And with that, thank you very much.
Thank you. The next